When St. Ciaran arrived here, he built a small wooden church, and I suppose legend has it more than anything else that it was on this exact site here. Now, we're told that this church, this particular one here, the mortar in it has been dated from anywhere from the mid-8th to the late early 9th century, so it's a bit of a disparity in how old it could be and how young it might be, but this was probably, we'll say, 9th century in the way it's constructed. It's said to have been built on the exact site of the first wooden church. Now, that wooden church would only have lasted about 35 or 40 years until the wood had become too rotten and had to be replaced. So you might be talking between 6 and 10 wooden churches on this site prior to the stone building. Now, the stone building is not in great condition. The reason for that is that when St. Ciaran died, he was said to be buried beneath the wooden structure that he built with his own hands, and that people, not unfairly I suppose, decided that as he decomposed, the soil surrounding his body became imbued with a certain power that only he possessed. Now, Ciaran, like a lot of Irish saints, often had a lot of associations with Christ, generally attributed to them. He died at 33, Christ died at 33. He was a carpenter, his father was a carpenter, Christ's father was a carpenter. Ciaran got up off his sick bed after 3 days, Christ was resurrected after 3 days. So you have a lot of this stuff, it's all correlated. And people took soil from inside the building and used it in ensuring good crops. Alright? Apparently, if you sprinkled a bit of it in the four corners of a field, you're meant to have a good yield, a good harvest. Also, it was said that if you drank a bit of it, if you had a stomach ailment, it was said to cure it. And also, if you put it in a bag and used it when you're travelling across large bodies of water, on the way to America or Australia perhaps, it was said to safeguard your trip. The problem was that people were taking too much soil over too long a period. They dropped the inner floor level by about 6 or 8 inches, undermined the foundations, the walls collapsed. Right? Now, they don't take soil from inside any longer because, of course, it was detrimental to the health of the building. And instead, after a bit of toing and froing and a bit of banging of heads, as I'm sure you can imagine when you try and stop people engaging in superstition that's still quite popular, an accommodation was reached that it was decided that little rise behind you there was neither too close to be dangerous nor too far away to be powerful.